Welcome back, everyone, to Third Street Reactions. I'm Zach.
I'm Shane.
And we are back with Gravity Falls, Season 1, Episode 11, yes. Little Dipper. Do you remember what happened in the last episode?
Was that the Fighters one? Is that what it's called? Yep. Oh, it was a great episode where, like a man, Dipper confronted Robbie. No, not like a man. He got this video game character to come to life out of the arcade.
Rumble McSkirmish.
Rumble McSkirmish. Man, you're real good at memorizing his names.
I've watched it enough time. My daughters eat that shit up, especially my youngest.
Well, Rumble McSkirmish, who's kind of like a Ryu type character.
He was like Ryu / Ken.
Yeah, / Ken. Okay.
Yeah. He had moves from different characters. The E-Honda, the hand thing, the palm. Under
the guise of having Dipper's father killed and trying to avenge him, he helps him. He almost kills Robbie. You know what I mean? It's a big episode, and I'm really glad that Dipper kind of got his ass kicked. Really, because I think Robbie deserved to get his ass kicked, but Dipper kind of did too.
No, he was honest about it.
He was honest about it. He took the beating, and he even confronted Robbie after that. And Robbie got to the point where he's like, "Aren't you going to run? This is no fun." And then Wendy comes and interrupts it.
It wasn't about not being fun for Robbie. Robbie just probably thought that he was just not going to show up or just pussy out.
No, at the end after Rumble Skirmish.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, never mind. I have to save my hands anyway." Or something
I'm the lead guitarist in the band.
Yeah, so he comes up with an excuse. So he didn't really want to fight.
Yeah, he might. Yeah,
I think he was just relying on intimidation. Yeah. So
then Wendy, they make basically a Cold War pact for the sake of Wendy. But if I was Robbie, I'd be like, honestly, why the fuck do I need to make a pact with you? Yeah, I mean, it's my girlfriend. Just get out of here. You know what I mean? But so they have a Cold War pact. I imagine that's not.
Robbie's a fucking.
He's a douche.
He's a douche.
He's a doucher. He really is. So I imagine this Cold War pact can't stay, forever. So I guess we'll see what happens. I really like the episode because of the video game references. Like we said, Street Fighter, Streets of Rage. You mentioned actually just a few Japanese-inspired camera shots.
Dragon Ball Z.
And
shit like that.
And obviously Mario and Donkey Kong with the ladders. It was awesome.
So this episode actually, I believe Gideon makes a comeback.
Gideon. Wow. Yeah. Can't wait to see that butterball.
So, with that said, let's roll.
Ooh, that's on my soup. Oh, thank you. Demon caterpillars.
Oh yeah, he's got a book.
There must be a
You get Jamie to dress up like him.
Ultimate.
Stick his hair back. Little American pin. American flag pin.
Perfect.
Oh, you're gonna strike at the Mystery Shack?
The tax collector! You found me!
That is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
You are our big winner! I'm gonna get a butler!
Just sign here for the money.
You bet!
Are there still butlers?
Ha! Stanford, you fool! You just signed over the Mystery Shack to little old me! me!
Wanna take another look there?
Shack is hereby signed over to... Suck a lemon, little man!
Oh my god, he knew!
How dare you! I am...
Little guy to Black Space 9.
Stop stealing the tiny horses.
They like it better in here, don't you, babies?
And checkmate.
We should be playing chess like we're older. I don't know how to play.
Wins again.
You don't?
Yo, Pickle, can you pass me that brain in the jar? The lady one?
I got satisfying.
No, be nice.
Yep, she's got exactly 1 millimeter on you.
Nobody even uses millimeters. It only makes you taller than me in Canada.
You know, Dipper, I've always wanted a little brother. Who knew I already had one? Yeah!
Don't get short with your sister.
No, Grunkle's fan.
I love the daydream he has with Wendy. When he's dancing. Yeah. Make a mouse hope. He trying to bite you.
Still hurts, but less.
What is some big ass spider in the woods?
Name.
Fucking terrible.
Bigger. Too big.
I've been buying big clothes.
You've grown an extra millimeter.
What?
What the hell?
What can I say, sis? Growth spurt. Listen closely. Inside this jar, I have 1,000 cursed Egyptian super termites.
Hey, what's that?
Huh? Oh no! Get off!
Hey, Zeus, get in here!
Wolfen
I wanna
killed him.
take pictures of this.
I grew myself using this magic flashlight.
See that thing?
Ah!
I'll be back
Why'd you say that?
later.
Ah!
Dude, you gotta kill that thing.
Yeah. At least shrink it back down.
It's okay. It can shrink things too.
Normal hand karate chop.
Hey!
Maybe I can get rid of my micro penis. You know? So Zach, what would be the first thing you would do?
I'd shrink you and put it in a jar.
No.
Oh no! Fuck. Guy's awful. What would you do if I did that to you?
I wish I was a highway so I could
If I ever got out, I'd kill you.
I'd take care of you.
I'd kill you.
If I took care of you?
I'd still kill you.
What's in the jar?
My little secret. Mouth-breathing fools. I wouldn't hurt a hair on your itty-bitty head. If you agree to be my queen.
We live in a democracy. Call me koalas.
As for you, boy.
Boy.
Somebody tell you about it?
Lean closer and I'll tell you.
Well, don't mind if I can squawk you right now! Steal yourself, Gideon. You can use them. You can use them.
One day.
One guy.
I have your niece and nephew.
They're fine.
I have him in my possession. You don't believe me? I will text you a photo.
Text me a photo? Now you're not even speaking English.
Hello? What am I doing? I don't need ransom. I have this. I'll shrink stand and take the shack for myself. No, don't tickle me! No! Never tickle me. What have I told you? What have I... Look at me. What have I told you?
Lord, man.
Precious memories.
Stanford?
I'm sorry.
I can't defeat Stan looking like this. Woo! Wooey.
No, reroll.
Louie.
I
God
dare
damn
say
it.
you would have defeated me if it wasn't for your sibling bickering.
Seuss.
Well. What?
All right. Something's definitely different here.
Now I feel like a big jerk.
Don't you mean a little jerk?
Oh, hi, Gideon. I've been looking for someone to try out my new mirror maze.
You got back there!
Try and find me, twerp.
Tell my story!
You could die.
Film the shag, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Now!
Hey, watch the merchandise. These mirrors cost me $2,500 each.
Prepare for the wrath of Gideon Glee! Gideon Glee!
I don't even know how to respond to this. Hey now, come
Jeez,
on.
he's
You'll
foaming
get
at the
me
mouth.
one of these days.
He dies.
Run your evil plan by some...
It'd be so hard to have perspective on how.
Yeah.
Die!
What's
There
Seuss?
you dudes are. I've been trying to get your attention.
Glue.
Lots of glue.
You'll get your revenge one of these days.
No! It's not just about revenge! I want that shit! Little more?
I'm from the Winning House Coupon Savers contest,
no.
and you are our big winner!
What?
Well, that was his reaction. My upteenth rewatch.
Yep. That was a damn good one.
He's gonna break it down.
Yeah. Oh, just a damn good one. A lot of laugh out moments and a lot of cool story driven things. You know what I mean?
There were. I mean, it's always a delight to see Thurp Van Orman reprise his role as Gideon Gleeful.
He's just a great little villain.
I'm a big fan of Stephen Root.
Yeah.
So it's great to see him, even though Bud Gleeful ain't a real big character. Mm-hmm. Mrs. Gleeful, the actress, Grey DeLisle.
Yeah.
You probably ain't gonna know who she is.
Mm-hmm. No.
You probably especially wouldn't recognize her for the character she plays in Avatar: The Last Airbender. But she's Princess Azula.
Really?
Yeah.
She only said, like, keep vacuuming, right?
Yeah. She didn't have very many lines.
No, but...
That's her.
She seems to be living a pretty shitty life.
Yeah. She reminds me of the mom in American Beauty. That's married to the boy's dad that collects the Nazi paraphernalia. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And
I thought you were talking about, like, Kevin Spacey's wife.
No.
I think the opposite.
No, the neighbor's wife.
Yeah.
Where she's just lost her fucking mind. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I'm sorry for the mess, and the house is immaculately clean.
Yeah.
So, that's what she reminds me of.
That's a hell of a movie. I love that movie.
It's a damn good movie.
Damn good, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
I used to really like it.
Mm-hmm.
Felt like when he's like, what did he say? It's the car I've always wanted, and now I have it. I rule!
Yeah.
When he talks about he blackmails his fucking boss.
But then he talks about just when he was young, all he did was flip burgers, party, get high, get laid, he says life.
I want to look good naked.
Yeah. It's just a fucking good movie. Lots of love in this episode, and I got a lot of questions to ask. But first on the episode, I always forget. I forgot that Gideon had a book as well.
A journal.
A journal, yeah. And so he has 3, Dipper has 2, right?
No, other way around.
Okay. Who has 1?
You ain't found out yet.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it's something I missed, but okay. I didn't think I found out.
No, you missed that they were called journals, and you missed that they were which kid had which book, or which book.
Well,
you're fucking me here, Shane.
It obviously makes sense because the way Dipper was reading it
it
sounded like a journal entry.
Mm-hmm. Well, he always calls it the journal.
I wonder
I'm not sure at this point. I'm not sure if he's referred to it as the journal yet. I don't remember.
Well, I know now. I'll have to get again now.
Well, it ain't that important.
Yeah. So I'm wondering who wrote it. Obviously, I'm sure you know. It's probably very important. And so, does Dipper have the same copy, or is there just because he was like, "Oh, did you read it?"
Continuation.
It's a continuation.
Yeah.
So because Dipper,
series of journals.
Dipper was pretty suspicious about. Did you read that in a book or in a journal or a diary?
Gideon.
Yeah. Gideon said that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like he knew about the spell or knew about the shrinking, growing crystal.
Yeah, odd, weird shit.
Yeah. For me, one of the funniest parts of the episode was the tax collector moment when he does an ninja vanish.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was so damn funny. I always wanted to have one of those. When I was
Which
a
one
kid.
of these is the trap door? Or
Yep. It being Gideon's...
His plot.
His plot. What made it even funnier.
Yeah.
And the fact that Stan knew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like the idea that they've done this...
Don't you remember in the episode for Pioneer Day,
mm-hmm.
when Pacifica tries to get him to write that little letter, saying that her family was the best or something like that, and she said he wrote on there with his mouth like "suck it" or something like that.
Yeah,
I did that with my mouth.
Yeah, it was consistent. And okay, so I've been watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air again. Are there still butlers?
I'm sure that some people have butlers.
Okay, so what's the difference between like a butler and is a butler just a maid that's a guy? When I think of maid, I think of like.
Ain't you ever seen Downton Abbey?
No.
You need to watch it, and you will be educated on the hierarchy of butlers and servants.
Really? Well, enlighten me a little bit.
There's a man that's the head butler. He's like the head geezer. He's the guy that's in charge of all of them.
Okay.
And then there's a bunch of other little fucking servants and shit.
Yeah.
Servants and maids or whatever they're referred to.
When I think of maids, I think of like, I guess, stereotypical like immigrants who can't speak English very well.
I think of something else.
We had a friend growing up who loved maids, right? Didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess I was just wondering, like, if I got really insanely rich, having a butler instead of having like a house cleaner.
I would have a houseboat.
A houseboat?
I wouldn't get a big house that I'd need a fucking butler for. I'd just have a houseboat. And I'd drive my old rickety truck to the houseboat when I get off work and live on the houseboat.
It's the idea of a butler.
Just like Donald Duck.
Well, can you get like someone like, well, hey, I need someone, like you put an ad out there, say, hey, I want a butler? Is that weird to say? Or is it like, hey, I need someone
I think
part-time work?
You'd have to be very careful with who would answer I want an ad for a butler.
Yeah, because like, I'll be a fucking butler. Just, you know what I mean?
No, it could be a fucking, some creeper.
Oh, yeah. Like, do you get licensed? Like, how's that work?
I don't know.
Do you go to butler school?
Who the fuck do you talk to find out about butlers? I don't know anybody that's ever had one.
Me either. I don't think anyone around here has butlers.
No.
No. And I noticed, it was probably there before, but the Olmec head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been researching just the Olmecs and ancient civilizations in the Americas before European contact.
Mesoamerica. Mm-hmm. Bunch of vicious, hard-eating bastards.
Not all of them, but there's some were.
The major civilizations.
Yeah. The Aztecs were.
The Aztecs,
yeah. The Aztecs were. And then
I guess they didn't eat the hearts, right? They just cut them out.
They just cut them out. Yeah, they sacrificed them. Yeah. And then some of that rubbed off on the Mayans as well.
Okay.
Towards the end. You know, and we see a little bit of that in Mel Gibson's Apocalypto.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, a lot of people are like, oh, those are the Aztecs, not the Mayans. But there's a lot of evidence where they're certain that stuff started rubbing off on the Mayans. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, I actually like South American culture in a lot of ways, Mesoamerican culture.
It's very interesting.
It's cool.
And it just, the idea that all that was going on, because they were technically in the Stone Age. Because they're still using stone and everything, like and concrete, stuff like that, like the Romans, right?
Yeah, because their weapons even. The swords, quote unquote swords, the clubs, the toothed clubs and shit.
Yeah, they were from volcanic glass. I can't remember what they're called as well. But it's like obsidian, right? Yeah, okay, obsidion. Volcanic glass is obsidian.
Dragon glass.
Dragon glass. Okay.
I know what it's called.
I'm sorry.
Keep reading, Samuel Tarly. You remember that?
Yes, a little bit. I
know Stannis was talking to him.
Oh.
And Samuel tries to tell him what it is. He's like, I know what it's called.
Besides the end of that arc, Stannis was a great guy.
I like Stephen Dillon a lot.
Yeah.
The actor that plays him.
I've never seen him in anything else. Well, which is interesting, the Aztecs had so many advanced things that they didn't come up with in Europe. You know, a lot of people think, just because they didn't have the wheel and they didn't do these things, like, because technology doesn't evolve linearly. You know what I mean? They were really sophisticated in math and astronomy and all these things. And like whatever it's called.
Tenochtitlan?
Yeah, the island.
That
who's the Spanish Inquisitor? What's his name again? Cortez?
Conquistador. Not Inquisitor.
Yeah, much different, yeah. The Conquistador. It's Cortez. Mm-hmm. Like the way they describe
Fernando, right?
Hernando Cortez.
Is it Fernando or Hernando?
I think it starts with an H.
Hernando.
The way they describe
Marmando.
These islands, they made an island. And they did all this crazy stuff. It's really cool. So, just reiterating, I love Aztec, Mayan, Olmec stuff. When they discovered the Olmecs, they thought they might have been more recent, but now we know they really predate the Aztecs and the Mayans, and we don't really know anything about them besides the fact that those head statues suspiciously look very like African.
Well,
don't you think? Like the flat noses.
That reminds me of something I was going to bring up. This guy named, I believe it's Manly P. Hall.
What's his name?
Manly
man.
That's
a hell of a name.
Well, he's an esoterist, I think, but he did a linguistic breakdown of the legendary city of Atlantis.
Okay.
And that, whatever you call that little piece of the fucking word, where it says ATL, atoll.
Yeah.
That was nowhere in the language, any of the languages that were used in Greek, like in Greece, in that area. So that legend of Atlantis, that language could possibly have originated overseas, because that I don't know, I'm not a fucking linguist.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like they're back.
Yeah,
they're
so they're taking
reverse engineering the language.
Yeah, and they're saying that there must have been some contact with Mesoamerica, because that is where that originated.
Yeah, huh?
So
that's freaking awesome.
Now you're saying
and I know the Chinese are like, we went to America first. But
everyone trying to say they're from America first, but you know what? We took it.
Wait, I take it. You guys took it.
You can say your dad took it.
My dad took it.
Yeah, so you did take it.
But you guys took the Philippines, but you gave it back. That was very nice, right?
I don't know. The Filipinos could have taken the Philippines from someone else. I don't know.
They didn't.
They just found it.
They did. Yeah.
Killed some turtles, ate them.
No, that was the Spanish.
So you just never eat turtles?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's a Filipino who ate a turtle somewhere.
Well, there you go.
I thought you were referring to, like, you're putting me in with the Spanish. Because when they traveled, they saw the Galapagos tortoises, and those things lived for a year without food or water.
What if your guy, that was your ancestor, just got to the island for a day? And then, like, he was there's no history, no solid history of being a Filipino. He just came from somewhere else.
Oddly enough, I did a 23andMe, and I had the answer to all those questions, actually, where, my ancestors were there for, from certain regions. I have multiple ancestors from different regions.
I don't see the point.
Oh, I'm sorry?
I don't see the point of the 23andMe shit, because everyone's like, well, I'm German and I'm this. It's like, well, you're a fucking American now. It doesn't matter what you used to be, because you're backtracking onto this shit that you never had, and your parents probably never had, and their parents probably never had.
I think it's just really cool.
A lot of people do, and I admit that. I'm just fucking giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
But
because I thought there might be some Spanish in me, and according to this, there wasn't.
Well, it ain't worth the money to me.
Yeah.
Because I know an American, and it won't matter if I know I'm German or Irish or whatever else.
There's a good chance you're German-Irish. A lot of people are. And actually, my dad is German-Irish, too. Yeah. So, like, on that side of the family. And my mom is...
Well, there's a large influx of German and Irish immigrants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially. But there were Brookers dating back to the Revolutionary War. So
really?
I know there are some Brookers that
What about the Civil War? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, the Revolutionary War happened before the Civil War, Shane.
I know.
So, but there was a Charlie Brooker that's a broadcast or a show host in Britain, and there's some famous Brookers in Canada and Australia, so that leads me to believe that the actual surname originated in England.
Okay.
So, definitely some English.
Yeah, Farley is Irish, so. Yeah. Little people. So, have you ever seen Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves?
Not all the way through.
Okay, or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, at least?
I never got into it.
I saw Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves when I was a little kid.
Like Rick Moranis? I never got into Rick Moranis.
What's weird is I wasn't this huge Ghostbuster kid when I was younger. Mm-hmm. I know some people love those movies. I don't remember ever watching them.
He was Darth Helmet in Spaceballs.
I saw that at my Aunt Cheryl's when I was so little I can't remember anything about it.
And he was, of course, like you said, in Ghostbusters.
Yeah. So I'm not like a fanboy of his as well. I do know that when I think his wife passed away or something, so he just straight up quit acting in his prime to take care of his kids.
Well, that's good.
And he refused to come back. I mean, he's already a multi-millionaire. So why would he need to? No, I thought that was cool. He almost came back for Ghostbusters 3, but there was never a script that was good enough. Okay, until much later. I just watched it again like 6 months ago, and it's so good. They use a lot of practical effects. They're like in the grass, and it's huge. And when they shrunk down, it made me think of that movie. Like they do so many practical effects, like these disgusting insects and. Like grass blades that look like grass blades. No, it's just a cool movie. You know what I mean? It made me think of that. But the perils of being small is what made me think of.
Just imagine of all the little things that you look down upon all your life, and then they can kill you.
Well, like for me,
fall in the water,
I think
a basket.
Peter Jackson's King Kong is a pretty sweet movie.
Jesus!
But
they fall into the fucking ravine.
The horrifying thing was in the bugs.
Insects. Yeah. Like they eat Andy Serkis.
Yeah,
they're like slowly engulfing his fucking head into its mouth.
Yeah, that's fucking awful. It's horrifying. Way to go. It's horrible.
I'm taking that gun he had and just
yeah, me too.
Shooting myself.
Me too. So, if you had this little device, would you use it in any way?
I'd probably no.
No.
I've a principle is a non-violation treaty with myself. So you're already who you are.
You violate yourself all the time.
I get drunk.
You smoke, you use tobacco, you're violating the hell out of yourself. Right?
Well, the sun violates you every day, so.
The sun?
Yeah.
But we
slowly breaking down your body.
Yeah, but we also need vitamin C.
So it's like a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, oxygen oxidizes
so you're
our
codependent with the horrors of the sun. Yeah. You're being broken down.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably... Yeah, I mean, people from Northern Europe, who come over here, Africa, it's much worse. You know what I mean?
You have any idea how condescending you can seem sometimes?
You think that's... Are you from Northern Europe?
No, it's just how you just talk. It's incessant.
You break people down when you talk about your shit sometimes. Like Rustin Cole talks about when he was talking about his relationship with his detectives. He's like, yeah, I don't think I'm... When he was older, he was able to say, yeah, you know what, I'm not good for... people sometimes, especially women. I wear them down. Sometimes you do that. I love you and I've known you forever, so I put up with it.
There you go.
Anyways.
He's Marty, I'm Cole. Much to his chagrin.
Chagrin.
Chagrin? Yeah. Like sugar.
But, I don't know. How was that condescending?
You just seem that way sometimes. I was thinking about it today at work.
I just love history.
You know what? Sometimes he feels condescending.
You think so?
Just the way you go
I think you're absolutely, accidentally, and intentionally condescending. I love history. I'm like saying, like, you know, people from Northern Europe. I was talking about they get skin cancer. That's what I was trying to say. Like, pale people get skin cancer.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, and I was just saying that. And you're like, you're condescending. Because I'm Filipino. I don't get it very easily. Okay. You know, I'll tell you what. I was telling you the other day, like, when I was, like, in high school, I was skinny. I just had, like, just big dick, all right? And now I'm fatter. It's, like, noticeably shorter.
I look forward to that voice.
And it's
so
like...
you're saying you want to enlarge your fucking cock?
No, I don't think I would do it, but it's just...
You have to live with knowing that it isn't your real cock. A lot of people wouldn't care. They'd be like, oh my, I got a big fucking schlong! And they'd run out there and
I guess, like, I would minimize...
They'd be fucking women slayers. You know what a lot of people would do. They would just fucking grow that shit out.
Yeah. Dude, like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like, you know, when I've watched porn before and it's, like, 14 inches long, I go, like, how would that be enjoyable for your partner? You know what I mean? You feel like it wouldn't be. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Maybe they can answer in the comments.
Maybe, you know?
I don't know.
Maybe a porn star watches this. That'd be pretty crazy. Oh, hey, I'm... I don't know. Sheester Shaster. I'm watching video.
I don't know. So you don't like what I got? Fuck it.
You pretty much.
I'll get drunk. Whatever.
Yeah. So I guess I would try to spot reduce, like, you know, fat in certain regions of my body. Right? Like my man boobs.
You're like one of those fucking Instagram models where you like shrink your waist down accidentally. Like big fucking hips.
As a guy, that'd be weird.
And bitch tits.
Oh god. Yeah, I mean, I hate my man boobs. I need to lose some weight. So it's like sometimes when I'm desperate, like you know what? I just don't want these fucking man boobs. So
I might shrink. I take that back. I might shrink some very humongous fucking animal and keep it as a pet.
I wasn't even thinking about that, but that'd be cool.
That'd be really cool. Like a shark. And then have a saltwater tank and have an actual genuine shark in your tank. Like a great white.
There is... That's fucking cool. There is a miniature version of the great white. It's like this big. And it looks exactly like a great white. I can't remember what it's called. I saw it on Instagram. I mean, granted, I think the one I saw was actually a baby. So it was like real small, but I thought, yeah, I'm not sure how big they get, but it looks exactly
like... I know you have with like hammerhead sharks, there's a bonnet head shark.
Okay.
Which gets, I don't know,
yay
long.
Okay.
And they're really cool looking. When you were at the... like Ripley's Believe It or Not aquarium, and they'll be in there with the rays.
Yeah,
you can reach down and touch the rays as they go by, and these fucking people are going, "Don't touch the sharks!" On a little megaphone. Their little Alex Jones loud phone.
I didn't have that when I was there, but that's pretty freaking cool.
I'd become like a collector of I'd go shrink like a tank and keep it like a working tank.
I'm sorry, like a tank?
A tank.
Oh, I think it like a fish tank.
No.
You just shake
like a fucking M1 Abrams tank.
I'd go to the American Legion and shrink that one and take it. Yeah.
That reminds me of something where they'd shrink things to steal them and then return them to normal size after you get them back somewhere.
What is that?
I don't know. I'd definitely shrink like a crocodile or something.
That'd be cool.
And take it back and keep it as a pet.
Yeah.
And have a little bonsai trees. Little fucking make a little environment for it.
I thought, you know, like...
Fucker would probably rip your finger off, though. You have to make it really small.
Yeah, you would. I mean, I do know babies. Like, I've held babies and stuff like that.
You used to be able to buy baby alligators here in town.
In Marietta?
Remember the reptile dude?
Yeah, on Front Street?
Mm-hmm.
I know
he had baby alligators there.
What the hell would you do to that? Past a certain time?
I don't know. Feed it chickens.
That just sounds like a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Guy you went to school with had one as well.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I hate being tickled.
I ain't really that ticklish.
You're not ticklish at all?
No.
On your armpits you're not? So if anyone ever tickled you just look at them stoically?
Yeah, usually the kids will try to tickle me in the ribs or the armpit or something,
and
it doesn't bother me. Now, if I'm in a really good mood and someone does it, I might laugh.
For me,
if I'm not in a good mood, I ain't ticklish.
How does it turn on and off with your mood?
I don't know.
It's like everything else.
A lot of things. I know.
I've never heard of that. That's funny.
It is funny, but that's the truth.
I'd rather be like you and not ever be ticklish.
Well, I'm usually not happy.
Yeah.
So I'm usually not ticklish. So...
Yeah, I hate being tickled. And so when I was doing some research for this show, for the stocks, and which are the things you put your feet in, and there's also the ones that you put your upper half in, which I can't remember what they're called. One thing historically...
Stocks and bonds.
Yeah, well, historically what people did was they would tickle people. Like fucking people in the town, they would actually throw rotten fruit and stuff, but they would fucking tickle you too.
Bunch of assholes.
Why isn't that fucking stupid? They tickle your feet.
Imagine what would happen after you got out of those fucking things.
I'd
Like,
kill
you show
them.
up at their house with an axe, like Jack Nicholson in The Shining, like beating in their fucking door.
I just couldn't imagine being in stocks and like people fucking tickle my feet.
I'd be very pissed, and I hold grudges.
Yeah.
So,
are you ticklish on the feet?
I don't know. I just, like I said, it depends on my mood.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm so desensitized when I'm unhappy, and I'm unhappy all the time. So it just seems like it's...
So I'm very ticklish, and I hate being tickled. And it's not like a funny, cool thing. It's like, don't fucking tickle
So you're basically Gideon and Gleeful then.
Yeah, but he was laughing in the beginning. I mean, don't fucking tickle me. That's pretty much what I say. Yeah, I mean, I won't tickle you. Don't tickle me. All right. So when
Why, you feel like a baby? Does it make you feel like a baby?
Kind of. That's why I'm so unsettled when I look at Gideon. You know what I mean? And another big thing, so the Mystery Shack has some secret, and I imagine it was read about in the journal, and I wonder if it's going to be like an essential part of the mythology of the show and the magic of it. I'm not going to answer it, and I don't want you to, but I'm just wondering, and maybe you guys can refer to this episode season 3. You know what I mean?
Look down on Shane. As though he were a baby. Helpless. Sprawled on the floor. That's shitting in his diaper.
Those last 3 things were true. So
the only note I took on this, the whole, you might say, contest between Mabel and Dipper.
Yeah.
About who's going to be taller, who's the alpha twin and shit. It just reminded me of the movie Speed. Have you seen the movie Speed?
Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock? That fucking movie's great.
At the end, when him and Dennis Hopper are fighting on top of the train, and Dennis Hopper's like, I'm smarter than you. I'm smarter. And Keanu Reeves shoves him up, and he fucking gets his head taken off by that sign laying down. He's like, yeah, well, I'm taller. That's just what it reminded me of.
That is so freaking cool. That's a great fucking flick, dude. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it was weird. It reminded me of me and you growing up, because I felt like we were always kind of competing for alpha physical qualities back then. You know, height, strength, speed, stuff like that. Kids do that, and I think we kind of predominantly did that a lot. So, yeah. I don't got too much else to say. This was a great freaking episode.
That was very good.
This is one of my favorite shows to react to. It's just a great family show, but there's stuff in here for everyone. You know?
Absolutely.
I think that's it. So,
all right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning back in. If you like what you see and hear, like and subscribe. And if you don't, you surely won't.
Or maybe they do, but they don't want to create a YouTube account.
You know, I ain't going to blame you for that either, so don't do it.
I never created a YouTube account until I worked on my last YouTube channel.
So just don't do it then.